frying chicken, frying fish, frying foods, as long as you're using the right kinds of oils, we don't necessarily need to avoid fried foods. Those oils are so important, particularly when you're cooking. So today we are here at Lazy Acres and I am going to show you how to shop for cooking oils. So oils can become damaged with heat. Some can withstand heat much better. So I'm going to show you the different levels of the different oils and which ones can withstand heat better. Coconut, lard, duck fat, and ghee. These fats are the fats that can withstand the highest amount of heat. I want you to think things like braising, baking, things like long periods of time when you are putting things in an Instapot. These are the oils that you want to use because they are very stable oils. So frying chicken, frying fish, frying foods, as long as you're using the right kinds of oils, we don't necessarily need to avoid fried foods. Those foods always are going to be fried in things like beef tallow, duck fat, lard, coconut oil. Butter, of course, deserves its own little highlight. Butter was taken out of our diets many years ago. It is an amazing fat. It has vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. It has wonderful omegas, and it's a great cooking fat. So for years, I was on a low-fat diet. I came from that generation that we were the low-fat diet, and when I found out that I could eat butter again, I wanted to take a butter bath. But when you're looking for butter, there are things that you want to look for. First of all, one of the most important things, and we've talked about this before, is you want to look for organic and pasture-raised animals. Animals store their toxins in their fat cells. We've talked about that in the past. So when you're looking for your butter, first kind of thing that you want to see is that organic and pasture-raised. And while these are fine to cook with at high temperatures, butter does burn. So I can hear my husband, the chef, in my brain, and he would say that you need to add some coconut oil to make it a little bit more stable so that it doesn't burn while you're cooking. So we just talked about oils that can be exposed to high heat. The next level of oils are oils that can be heated, but you don't really want to heat them to a very high temperature for a long period of time. So in other words, you're not going to fry chicken in these oils. And these oils include things like olive oil. Olive oil is a great oil to toss things in, but you don't want to expose it to really, really high temperatures. So many people are using avocado oil now, and there's a little bit of controversy with avocado oil and if it can actually withstand the higher temperatures. So do your research and you decide for you. Okay. Grapeseed oil, sunflower oil, walnut oil. Okay, that next level of oils are going to be seed oils. Things like walnut oil and grapeseed oil, sunflower oil. These are oils that should never be exposed to heat because they cannot withstand the heat and they become damaged and toxic to your system. These are oils that you want to toss salads with, toss fresh vegetables with that are raw. You can add these oils to your smoothies. Next, I'm going to talk about the never oils. Don't eat, don't heat. These are never ever consume these oils. Now look, I get it, you're going to be out, you're going to be eating somewhere that may have these. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about when you are at home and you are able to prepare your own foods. You want to stay away from vegetable oils, canola oil, things like Crisco, things like soy oil. Let's talk about canola oil. Canola oil is everywhere, unfortunately. It is the oil of choice for most restaurants because it's cheap. What you have to do in order to get canola oil into this pretty little package is you have to take a seed called the rapeseed and you have to excrete that rapeseed, and then they have to deodorize it, and it has to go through major processing. It is so rancid, actually it becomes so rancid that they have to deodorize the oil. It is terrible for your body, causes inflammation, and I think is one of the worst things that you can consume, and it's everywhere. So let's walk through the grocery store, and I want to show you some of the things that you're going to be very surprised that actually have these horrible oils in it. There is a reason why I keep preaching to you to read your labels. When you come over here and you've grown that amazing vegetable and you've harvested it and you've done all of the work to eat organically and you make yourself these vegetables that are supposed to be so good for your body, the dressings are so important, particularly the oils. So when you walk over here, you would think that most of these are healthy. We're in a natural food store. They say organic on the label. We grab them off the shelf and we go, great, these are good for me. They're not. These actual salad dressings have canola oil in them. There are some really great brands out there. Primal Kitchen are some of our favorite. They use avocado. What is wrong with me? Okay, ready? There are really great brands out there that don't use canola oil. One of our favorites are Primal Kitchen. Now we're going to head over to the snack aisle, and I'm going to show you how some of these oils are getting into your snacking every day. Remember, reading labels is not necessarily the front of the packaging. The front of the packaging can look very appealing. It can say organic, and when you turn the products around, they're actually made with the seed oils that should never be exposed to high heat. These are a couple of our favorite that are actually good for you. Oh my ghee, don't you love that? Here's a popcorn, it's made with ghee. And then of course the coconut flour tortilla chips. These are fried in coconut oil, which can withstand those high heat temperatures. So another place that you have to check your oils are in the frozen set. So, you know, when we are in a pinch and we want to grab a frozen food, amazing choices in the frozen aisle. The frozen aisle is Mother Nature's preservative. You don't have to add any funky things to be able to make this product shelf stable, but you have to look out for the oils because many of the products use canola oil. Shout out to our friends at Capello's. They're doing it right. They use coconut oil, no canola oil in their products. Coconut canola, coconut canola. I need oil for my brain. Let's see who isn't using canola oil in their products.
Who's that?
Bonafide? Heck to the no. Never, ever would we ever use canola oil. You've got my word on that one. So that's all we have on oils. Just say no to those oils that we talked about. Canola oil, things like soybean oil, just say no. Vegetable oil, keep those out of your food.